Welcome back everybody to the Motorsport Manager GT series then. And our factory is nearly here. The only thing that can save us now, I think, as we have to scroll all the way down that table to find our driver pairing. They're not doing too badly considering. I'm pretty proud of our team so far. We're hanging on. There's an outside chance of that 8th place. We're going to need some results though in the final 3 races of the season. But let's just take a look through our mail. We've decided we were going to ignore the interviews now. Liani's got some neck problems. He'll still be able to race, but he's not going to be himself. -10 to fitness. Our reserve is pretty terrible, I think. Yeah, he's awful. So I don't really want to put him in the car. Her in the car. I do apologise. Axela Lepic. No. We'll keep Liani in the car with that neck brace. He can just take it a little bit easy. I don't really want to put any more parts on the car. I don't want to get too far into deck because I feel it's 50-50 going to the end of the season if we stay where we are in 10th place, whether we'll be fired or not. And I feel our budget, or the balance remaining, will have some influence over that. So I don't want to put masses of new parts on the car. So let's go forward. No, I don't want an interview. Go away. No. And we'll wait for this factory upgrade, and then we can hopefully make some improvements to the parts we have built, which are quite numerous, to be fair. It's just a lot of them aren't as good as they could be. So I'm going to transfer this reliability and performance over to this new suspension we built. So we got a bit of improvement there. You can see from our rear spoiler the performance level our parts need to be at sort of as a minimum 150, and we're down in the 20s and 30s and 40s. 150 there. That gearbox is almost good enough to put on a road car. Not quite though. It's so bad, isn't it? Oh, we're actually still putting that all on performance. We'll go 5.5 to try and improve the reliability of that new suspension. Factory upgrade is finally here then. We're saved. Well, we're not, but it's good to see it anyway. And we can go over to our car now, and you'll see we now have 20 engineers. Oh, the joy. And 4 slots on each. So we will continue improving the performance on this engine, and on where the biggest gains we've got. I feel that gearbox needs to be brought up to at least the 30s. And in the reliability slots, we shall use on those brakes and that gearbox. You can always move it around in the days coming up to the race. I'm just wondering about building a new part. Where are we really struggling? I feel like engine or gearbox the only big difference we can make to our car, but it's also the most expensive part. I don't know. I want to keep that budget. I just don't want to go massive. We're going to go in the red no matter what, because we're losing money every race. But at least it might give us might sway the decision on whether we're fired or not. I can hope, right? Right, let's continue. 6 days to the race. We'll just double check on how those upgrades are doing. Another bunch of rubbish in the mail. I really should set up a spam filter, shouldn't I? Okay, 79, 80, 78. Let's transfer that reliability to this gearbox. Performance, yeah, the engine can still improve quite a bit there. That reliability is not going to be ready for the next race, unfortunately. If we did that, it might have a chance, but I want to keep improving the performance as well, so we'll just keep those settings for now. And we're just going to have to hope that in Doha we can do something. I just want to at least have sort of a representative finish. We're going to go for that 9th again, because I mean 76,000 is not going to save us. If we finish 9th and what got that sponsor objective every race between now and the end of the season, we would actually still be in the green. So you've got to hope, even though you can see there 12th, 15th, 18th. That 12th place last time out was a great result. Just a shame that all the other cars had to have really good results as well around us in the standings. Okay, I think we'll be keeping the same parts on. Yeah, 43%. There's no point putting that suspension on yet. Or is there? It's so much better than that crappy 6. No, let's leave it so that we can go hard till the end of the race. Okay, I'm going to get practice done, and I shall join you for the practice session, for qualifying even, of the Doha, for all intents and purposes, the Bahrain Grand Prix. Okay, welcome along to qualifying then. And I think we all know what to expect from this now. Q2 is a pipe dream in the wet. It just being higher than 19th and 20th is a distant dream, but we can hope, I guess. That is the point of dreams. Practice went pretty well. 93% for Liani, 94 for Casino. I think I've identified how to make Liani's a little bit better, so hopefully that will come back positive after this first run in qualifying. But yeah, let's just see what they do, shall we? Massively overheated on both cars. To be fair, that's what I normally do when I do it manually, so that's why I do it automatically. At least I can't blame myself for when it's terrible. And we'll see. Obviously practice times aren't representative. Liani, on pretty worn tyres, did get a pretty good lap in. He was about 14th, 15th in the practice session. Casino was right down the back of the field. He was running on medium tyres for most of the session, just doing some race prep. As a result, the only bonuses in the knowledge slots we've got are medium tyres and race, both onto level 1, which is good because I think mediums are going to be important, and the race is the only chance we have of getting anywhere. Qualifying, it's just not going to happen, let's be honest. We'll see. Maybe our drivers can prove us wrong, as Liani comes onto the pit straight now then to cross the line in a 42.4. He's the first car to do so, so we've no idea. And Casino's 1/10 behind, a 42.5. Already 2 seconds down on the leader. Let's just put in that pole time. And Allo, who's normally a rival, just ahead there. Couple of attempts. It's definitely looking closer than it was last time out anyway. We're actually quicker than Minzy at the moment. So, looking positive step for the car. This track anyway. It might just be this track that's suiting our car. But I definitely seem to have made progress. I don't know that we'll stay ahead of someone like Minzy. We're definitely not the 4 attempts off the rest of the pack that we were last time out. So 18th and 19th at the moment then. We will of course go out for a second run if we have time. It's a long lap around here. There we can see Liani, we did improve 1% on the setup on that run, so that's good news. We should just about get another lap in. It's a very long lap, 1 minute 40 around here. Casino will be a bit close, but he should get round. So I don't think Minzy will get another lap. So I think we're definitely not last for the first time that I can remember in the dry, which is good news. I don't know that we'll get Allo and Silveria in front 3 or 4 tenths of a second is a lot to find. But we'll see what our drivers can do. Hopefully they can get a bit better preparation this time. Liani is going to be perfect and massively overheated again by the look of it. Good and overheated. See, if the auto can't even get it, how am I supposed to get it? They're always massively overheated on the brakes. Perfect and overheated for Casino as well. It's a very strange process, to be fair. I would imagine, I mean, there are knowledge slots from the mechanics that widen the sweet spot, which makes it a lot easier. But I would imagine the driver's skill has got to come into it as well when you leave it on auto. So maybe it's because our drivers aren't too good that they're always overheating the tyres. Okay, so a lower head did start a lap. Giuliani on the only other car on a hot lap at the end of this qualifying session. Liani 1.5 seconds down at the moment, which was roughly what he was down in the first sec. So Casino is second down again. Sorry, that's what he was down in the first run. 2.3, it's slower. It's a 42.6. Casino across the line then. It's 42.6 as well. So no pace to be found from our drivers, and it's 18th and 19th on the grid then. We can work with that. We always have to work with that. But promising that we're a little bit closer. Only 3 or 4 tenths off those 2 cars ahead, and we were ahead of Minzy. So it's a good qualifying session. It looks like already the headquarters starting to pay dividends of just getting the maximum out of the parts we have built, even if we haven't got any money for any more. So I shall play out the rest of qualifying and join you for race number 8. Okay, here we go then, getting ready for the race. Medium and race trim, as I said before, are the only 2 knowledges we've got available to us, but they're going to be pretty useful ones, I'm sure. Car setups, what are we looking at? 8 to 10 laps for the softs. We shall split our drivers again. We'll go medium tyres for Casino. There's no point to have 24 laps of fuel. Or is there? What would be a combined maximum? 24 for sort of soft and medium runs. Yeah, let's start with 20 laps of fuel. Obviously the benefit of putting the fuel on is we don't have to wait for it to be refueled at the first pit stop, but we will be running a tenth of a lap slower with that fuel over anybody on a less fuel load. Liani will keep on the soft tyres. Hopefully his neck doesn't give him too much bother today. He out-qualified Casino, so it doesn't seem like it will. And we'll do the opposite for Liani then. So we will start with very little fuel, which will be useful for to get his soft tyres into action. We will start pushing and high, because I've got trust in this engine and gearbox now that we've got the reliability up. So yeah, Liani will get to push early on. He'll have less fuel, so that will hurt the soft tyres more. And hopefully he can make some ground up in the opening laps, and Casino will be going along on those medium tyres then. We're underway for race number 8. It's a bad start for Casino. Liani wasn't brilliant, let's be honest. So 18th and 20th into turn 1. Casino already looking pretty slow at the back of the field, but it's all about the long game for him. That's a pretty terrible camera angle. Liani, just as we'd hoped, making some good early progress, although he's just been snubbed out of the places he's gained into that right-hander as we go under the stadium and can't see a thing. 4 wide into that right-hander, and a miracle there was no contact there. But Liani now attacking for 14th place and gets it. Now most of these cars are on the medium tyres, which would explain the differential in speed. So Liani's got one more medium car runner to get past, which is Silveria in front in 13th. Once he's passed him or her, then he needs to start building the gap to medium tyre runners, if he can. Doesn't seem to have too much pace at the moment, coming under pressure from someone but using their ERS charge. And he's not going to be pinched into here, is he? Well, one car's got past. Liani battling back though around the outside, but has to give up that position to Gatto eventually. Gatto is the other car on the soft tyres in this group though, so I guess that's fair enough. Casino sort of holding station back there in 18th. Right, we're going to go back to neutral and medium to save some fuel and some tyres. The tyres are starting to overheat a little bit. Let's move it on up to 2-speed then. We're going to be looking at our first stop around about lap 12 for Liani. And Casino, I'm hoping to go a bit further than that, maybe lap 13 or 14. Liani, thinking about it, might be close to lap 10. Depends how that tyre wear goes. Casino's now dropped back to the rear of the field. Again, not a problem considering his strategy. Liani, all three of these soft car runs. Vacusi's out then. Vacusi out. And just 19 runners left in the race. That's good news for us. One more position. I don't think Vacusi was anywhere near our championship standings, so it won't really make a difference. Like last time out, doesn't matter how good your result is, you need to beat the cars around you in the standings for it to really mean something. And Gasso's now got past Silveria then, and we're stuck behind Giuliani trying to get past Silveria as well. It's just this medium tyre runner holding the pack up, and these soft tyres are going to start going off pretty quickly, and then you're going to want to be on the medium tyres because they're going to be the quicker tyre at that point. Casino really dropping off badly at the moment, 3 seconds off Norris. And I wouldn't mind if they were quicker cars, but they are cars we're fighting, Norris and LO. And Casino really needs to be up there fighting. Tyre wear, clearly a problem here, 32 degrees track temperature. And you can see the tyres really are starting to boil up. I wonder if going on to conserve will save them now. It's probably a bit late. I never like going on conserve because you think you'd be slower, but I guess... Oh, safety car. Yes. Where are they on the track? Right at the back. They've just gone through turn 1 actually, haven't they? Yeah, we'll pit both cars then. So we'll go medium tyres for Casino. How many laps off? 24 laps remaining after the pit stop. We may as well take this opportunity to get all of the fuel in then till the end of the race. Then if we do need to make one more stop for tyres, we don't have to refuel. It's also a good time to do any repairs. We look good though. We look alright at the moment. So Casino will go on to the medium tyres again. Liani, it's definitely going to be 2 stops no matter what. 24 laps. Yeah, it might be medium, so we'll put the mediums on just in case. And again, we'll take this opportunity to put all of the fuel in that we can. Car parts looking good. Stick a little bit of charge in there for good luck. And yeah. Safety car was for White, crashing out, so 2 cars out of the race. Again, I don't think either of those are going to help us particularly, because I don't think either of them were anywhere near us in the championship standings. But a good opportunity to get the fuel on board and get these next pit stops out of the way, and then we will have to make one more pit stop towards the end of the race. All of the AI looking like they're going to do the same then. Our cars of course will stack, but Casino is right down the back of the field anyway, so it's really not a problem, because they'll be able to catch back up to the safety cars another lap after this. Liani back out then. ERS okay. Oh, Casino's been disabled. I do wonder if there's any point putting ERS charge in at pit stops. They gain it quick enough during a race. And that 25%, which is the least risky refill, tends to break it about 50% of the time. Constantly getting broken DRS during races. So, DRS, ERS. Thank God these cars don't have DRS. We could do with it. That'd be a catch-up mechanic. Mr. Championship Organiser. Give us DRS. For the last 2 races, we might stand a chance. I don't know how it would work on a GT car though. Probably not very well. Right, so Casino will catch back up with the field. Liani right at the back of that field in 17th on a new set of medium tyres. Hopefully he can make some progress early on. Most of the field have gone on to the medium tyre. The entirety of the field have stopped under that safety car. So it's a bit of a shame. We didn't really get much advantage from it. Let's speed that up. Should have done that earlier, sorry. And we've got a lot of ERS charge to use. So we'll use it down the pit straight. Casino straight in there on his teammate. And Liani having none of that, although... Yeah, there we go. Liani back pass now, and the charge wasn't completely wasted, but that was the wrong time to use it with Casino thundering down the outside into turn 1. And this is starting to feel horribly familiar. We should probably go up to neutral, that doesn't help. Horribly familiar of just... As soon as our 2 cars get to the back of the field after pit stops or whatever, they just stay there. Liani seems to be able to race well for the first few laps when he's up amongst them. And then as soon as he's made a pit stop, he goes to the back of the field with Casino. And it's this stage of the race that you just start to see how much of a gap there really is between us and the rest of the field. It's not that we're you know, back markers. We are the only back markers. The rest of the guys can fight up there, and we just don't have a chance. Now we could push and use some fuel, I'm sure, but I want to keep these tyres in good shape. I only want to do one more stop, and if we can manage it, I would... Oh, another safety car. Now let's stay out. We might get some positions here. You never know. We're set up for our strategy to the end of the race. There's not a huge benefit to us pitting again, but if some of the AI decides to do so, we could get back into that pack, which is what we've been struggling to do. Yeah, I would like to try and stretch it on these medium tyres so that we can put the soft tyres on towards the end of the race, and there we go. A lot of cars pitting, and that means we are now in 5th and 6th place. Now we've got a race on here, because those guys that have just pitted cannot get to the end on those tyres, and I'm pretty sure we've timed it so we've only need one more stop, as will they. So this is for position now. I don't understand. I'm not going to complain. Oh, and there's another lap yet. Oh, we really should be saving fuel. I always forget to do this, and conserving. How the tyres overheat under a safety car, I don't know. You normally have to try and warm them up, because they just drop off a cliff as soon as you're not racing hard, but nope, another feature completely ignored by this game. I do love this game, but there's stuff that as a motor racing fan you just can't overlook sometimes, and you just wonder why it wasn't in the game or why they've been overlooked. Same with the part systems I've gone over hundreds of times. But it's, as I've also said a lot of times, it's a management game that's meant to appeal to a broader market than just motorsport. And those people aren't going to care much. Oh crap. High and neutral. We did that way too late. That's cost us a few positions, although we were always going to be swamped by the chasing pack. 9th and 11th now for our two guys. We do have some fuel to burn now, so we will use it. We'll keep an eye on the engine and gearbox, but they're looking good at the moment. Liani's got a good amount of charge on board, so we shall use that down the pit straight to see if it can get him a position or two. There we go. Probably just help him defend those positions. He's still holding 9th pretty well here. Our guys fighting hard. Casino in 14th, Liani in 10th. The low is past. I wonder about some of these soft tyre runners as well. No, they should get far enough to just make one more stop. They made it pretty late into the race, to be fair, under that safety car. That's what I mean. Our guys can race when they're in the pack. They're going backwards. There's no doubt about that, but they're not going straight to the back of the pack as their pace suggested earlier. Although Casino is now last and Liani's 15th, so I speak too soon really. Alright, let's go back to medium and neutral. Let's speed this up a bit because I know where this is going. Tyres once again just overheating so badly. We're really going to struggle to do just one more stop at the moment. I wonder if we just go back. We're right down the back anyway. Let's just go to conserve. There is an outside chance we can do one less stop than a lot of people. There's 4 cars out, by the way. Higgins is out as well. That was the second safety car, I think. And if we can stay within 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds of the back of that pack, and we somehow manage to do one less stop than they've got to do between now and the end of the race, we have an outside chance. I just feel that the pack is going to put on medium tyres. Maybe if we can put soft tyres on, that safety car might have helped us enough to be able to go on to softs at the end of the race. We're really struggling now, and our tyres just aren't cooling down, so we've got to go to neutral, so we're losing too much time. Oh, it's so tough. So tough with cars this slow. I mean, we're doing 48s, the field in front of doing 46s. I'd say about a second of that is tyre life. The rest of it isn't. The low's in the pits then. He should be okay for medium tyres to the end of the race now. Yeah, so Casino we will bring in first. He's got slightly less tyre life. 10 laps to the finish. Soft tyres are going to struggle to get there, but we've got to give it a go, I guess. Let's leave it one more lap for both cars. What have we got to lose at this point? We just don't have the pace to make any strategy work for us. Right, okay, we'll pit Casino this lap on soft tyres. Fuel is good. Parts are good. He's lost his ERS, so we won't be recharging that. Liani will use up his charge, may as well. Why not? You can see there, teammate against teammate, how much of a difference that does make. So Casino will come in this time round. Liani the lap after. So in comes Casino. Liani will stop fresh soft tyres as well. Fuel's good. Parts, gearbox looking a little worse for wear, but we're okay. Oh, let's add that 25 if it breaks at this point. It doesn't make much difference. Liani, I was going to say he's fighting with some people there, but that's because he still hasn't pitted, is he? And a mistake on Casino's pit stop means he's even further behind the rest of the field now. 19 seconds behind Allo. That's pathetic, isn't it? It's really, really bad. Liani comes in then. Casino gained a lot of time. Whoa, the pit lane's in a completely different place though. Good job from Liani then on those last couple of laps. That last lap while Casino was pissing, he's maintained his advantage over his teammate. This is what it's come to. Yep, we're now commentating on inter-team battles. So who will win? That's it. Oh, Liani might. No, that pit lane keeps throwing me off. They cut out a huge section of the front, the first half of the lap there, or the first couple of corners. Liani is 9 seconds, 8 seconds off Okimoto. Soft tyre delta just isn't enough. A couple of cars in the pits again. Nope. Liani just behind Norris. What a shame, hey? Let's go to high fuel mode. We've got some to burn. May as well. We use Liani's charge. Who's the first medium tyres run? A low? Maybe. A couple more cars in the pits now. Nope. They're all just clearing us. We're just that. It's that 3 or 4 attempts. Over 26 laps, it really adds up. It doesn't matter how good your strategy is, you just can't get track position on anybody. Because we don't have the pace to do so. That's our only real chance, is out, doing a massive undercut. And trying to get ahead of people on the track and then holding them up. Because you can't do the overcut because we don't have the pace to catch back up, even with fresh tyres. Such a shame. It really is. We just needed a couple of million extra this season. And that headquarters to come a couple of races earlier, and we might have been in a good shape for the last couple of races. As it is, I can't see much changing between now and the end of the season. I can't see how we can overturn 3 or 4 attempts with the budget, non-existent budget we've got. We can just improve the parts we've got. Maybe put a couple more parts on the car for the last couple of races, or the last race in particular. I have to check whether we have, as we start the final lap now, I have to check whether we have double points for the last race of the season. It's a big ask at the moment to overturn it in that race, but we'll see. Okay, as they come round the final set of corners then, Liani's catching. Could he get... No, not quite. I might have mucked up a little bit there, We were closing fast on Chandler Norris and Silveria there, and low. We had a bit of boost to use and a lot of fuel. Might have mucked up there. We might have been able to get a position or two. Hey, there we go. One less stop than most of the field. I feel the strategy, we got everything right. Just the car is not there. Such a deficit that you start off this this game mode with. That the other teams don't stand still. You may be able to catch them up if they finish the season with the same performance they started it with, but they're constantly improving as well, and that's the problem. We just don't have the resources to catch quick enough. Anyway, it's some good points. Yeah, I mean, Norris, Minzy, Allo, Silveria, they all finished strongly in that race. So we just fall further behind. 64 points. 31 to Magyar now. And 41 to Nicholson Racing. It's going to take a miracle, guys and gals. Keep your advice coming in as always. it's just to stop a man from giving up all hope at this point. I'm hoping they keep us on at the end of the season. I'd like another crack at next season with a bit more budget, and it would be so satisfying to finally get into that midfield. But for the moment, we continue to struggle. We are now officially in the red. That's why I didn't want to build any more parts. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button down below. You can subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. You can go and check out my single seater playthrough, which is going considerably better than this one on the channel. Just started season 3 on that. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.